Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them today. Look, folks, we have a very serious show in store for you, and we want to get into it right now. Just make sure you like the video and sub to the channel if you haven't already. As you guys know, Shannon Sharpe had a pretty embarrassing moment last night that went viral. We did a live about it. Then we saw the live with him and Chad Johnson reacting to it. At one point, they had over 250,000 concurrent viewers watching the live. It was absolutely crazy. And after it finished, I think it got like 400,000 views in the first hour. Now it's well over 1 million plus views. And everyone is talking about it. But the part that I don't hear most people talk about, rather I didn't hear even Shannon Sharpe talk about, is the ripple effect of his actions. What am I referring to? If you guys think back well, about 2 years ago, who got fired from ESPN? The person that got fired from ESPN was one Paul Pierce, former Hall of Fame NBA player, former NBA champion, decorated guy. He was, I think, during the weekend, during his leisure, having fun. He mistakenly shared a video of him live, with dancers, strippers, or whatever at his house. ESPN's Human Resources Department got a whiff of it, and they swiftly and promptly fired Paul Pierce because it didn't coincide with their brand. ESPN is owned by what company? Disney. And if you know anything about Disney, they don't play that. So Paul Pierce got fired. As this news was breaking, I couldn't help but think, how is this going to affect Shannon Sharpe's job at ESPN? Because I can't imagine that they're happy with this. If you're also aware, ESPN just gave Shannon Sharpe a new contract. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. He has a new contract, so now he is officially under contract with ESPN to, at least, from best of my knowledge, make appearances on ESPN First Take multiple times a week. Then this news happens. This news comes out. It was already bad enough that the news came out. What made it worse is what happened afterwards. If you watched that live yesterday, it was a total S show. Shannon was there laughing and joking about it, and he's like, I'll take whatever comes with it. And as I was watching it, I couldn't help but think of one person. Do you know who that person was? Stephen A. Smith. Yes, Stephen A. Smith. The Stephen A. Smith that's been the face of ESPN First Take for years, that proudly tells you that it's the number one sports show in the morning, and is proud of growing every single month, that has all of that energy and passion invested into that show. I can only wonder what was going through Stephen A. Smith's mind at that moment. Because I'm pretty sure Stephen A. Smith was sitting somewhere and saying, bro, what the is going on right now? What the is going on? What in the world are you doing? What are you doing? Why would Stephen A. Smith be thinking this? Because Stephen A. Smith is associated with Shannon Sharpe, and by extension, he's associated Shannon Sharpe to ESPN First Take. So whenever Shannon Sharpe goes on ESPN First Take, people will be thinking about this. People will be thinking about this. So this affects Stephen A. Smith in a particular way. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. That's the first thing. The second thing, if ESPN fired Paul Pierce for that, which is less than this, are they going to keep Shannon Sharpe for this? Apparently, the backstory to why Shannon was let go of at FS1 was not because of his issues with Skip Bayless. Apparently, what I heard was it was because of what happened in that Memphis Lakers game, with him having that altercation on the baseline or whatever, the floor or whatever, the court or whatever the hell, I can't even think of it right now. Apparently, that was the final straw for the executives at Fox Sports. They were like, no, this cannot happen. Shannon Sharpe went on FS1 and apologized for that. He did. Now, here's the kicker. I think this is worse than that. I think this is worse than that. I really, really believe so. Now, I hope he doesn't get fired. Why? Because Shannon Sharpe is without a question one of the faces of sports media. He's at the top. There's certain times when Shannon Sharpe has 2 of his podcasts in the top 10 in the United States. Yes, I've seen it on multiple occasions. He holds the record for the most viewed interview in the history of YouTube. He holds the record for that as well. He's a pretty big deal, which is even more confounding how something like this could even occur. It's really confounding. I don't even want to think that something like this would be premeditated. Because if it is, for what? For what? But if ESPN was willing to part ways with Paul Pierce for that, a lot of us are going to be wondering what is going to happen with Shannon Sharpe. Now, obviously, Shannon Sharpe played a bigger role than Paul Pierce on ESPN. Obviously, he's a bigger draw. There's no question about this. Paul Pierce did not have a club Shay, did not have a nightcap like Shannon Sharpe did. So his impact is greater, and some people may then begin to hypothesize, okay, maybe they'll find a way to keep him. Maybe he'll go on there, make a statement, apologize, and they'll move on from it. But it really has some of us out here scratching our heads on whether or not he's going to make it through this. And you better believe a lot of Shannon Sharpe's critics are going to come from the Jason Whitlocks. They're going to come for him for this one. They are going to come for him for this one, and they're going to say that it's things like this that are influencing people in the wrong way, and they're going to come for him. And he said it during the show. He's willing to take whatever barbs and darts that come with it. But I'm really wondering if these things that occurred yesterday are going to jeopardize his job at ESPN, or rather on ESPN First Take. So the question to the audience is very simple. Do you think what occurred yesterday is going to cause ESPN to let go of Shannon Sharpe, or do you think that they're going to find a way to work it out and they're not going to let him go? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we'll catch you guys on the next show. Peace.